How are we all doing, everybody? Hope you're all keeping incredibly well, and welcome back to the Infinite Baffle channel, where today we have got a big video for you. My name is Niall, and as you can see just next to me here, over my right shoulder, today we are joined by the brand spanking new KEF LS Luxe active speakers. These are ones we have been so excited to get a hold of, and we know that anytime we do any KEF related content, you guys always smash it out of the park. So as always, again guys, if you do enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up on it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We are expecting big things from you guys in the comment section, and we're also expecting big things from these guys right here. Let's get into it, shall we? So let's tick off a couple of the basics first and foremost, shall we? Now, the LS Luxes here are coming to market at £3,500. We've actually got them sat on the official LS Luxe stands as well, which come in at £800. So if you did want to go for them exactly as you see them here, you'll be talking around £4,300. Now, anyone that's familiar with the KEF Muons, which many people say are the best speakers to have ever been put into existence, you may be aware that the guy behind them, behind the architecture of the actual cabinets, Ross Lovegrove, is the same guy that's behind the aesthetics behind the LS Luxes here. And I think when you know that, you kind of go, actually, yeah, because although they're very much an otherworldly design, they're almost like an alien shape and just so different to anything that I've ever seen from KEF before, you can definitely draw some similarities between the Muons and the LS Luxes here, even though obviously the LS Luxes are in a much smaller cabinet compared to those Muons. I also think it's interesting that they look so different, and yet because of the distinctive nature of the UniQ driver, they are still unmistakably KEF. That UniQ driver now has been out and about for some time, and you see that and you immediately know you're looking at a KEF speaker. So even though the cabinet is so different, it still is very much a KEF design. I do think it's quite funny that the last KEF active speaker release was the Coda Ws, and they just could not be further away from the LS Luxes here. And even though they've got a very similar cabinet size, I would think just by looking at the LS Luxes here, the very blocky, square, standard design of the Coda W, just again, it couldn't be further apart from the LS Luxes. The Luxes come in 3 different finishes. We have a mineral white, an eclipse black, and then a dark titanium, which is the one that we're joined with here today. And the whole idea behind the Luxe speakers, which I absolutely love, is that we're taking all of the technology, everything that's made the LS range so popular, so beloved over the last decade now it's got to be, and we're elevating it. We're taking it to that next level where it becomes a product where the convenience of active speakers and wireless listening meets luxury in design. And I think just looking at them, you've got to say they're absolutely breathtaking. I've got to say that the cabinets themselves are actually a little bit smaller than I was expecting when I first caught wind of the Luxes coming our way. I mean, you've still got the 6.5-inch 12th generation UniQ driver on the front with the built-in matte technology. But what I do love is because the form factor of this is so much smaller, it kind of dominates the front face of it a bit more than you'd normally see with a KEF speaker. I also always love the fact that they have different colours for the drivers here, depending on the colour of the speaker that you choose. They always just seem to blend and pop really well. But when it comes to the overall design of the speaker and it being so unique, the uniqueness doesn't end on the front of the speaker, because on the back we've got what I can only be describing here as a kind of ridged design. It's nothing like I've ever seen before in a speaker in my time. Maybe someone out there will say, actually, I've seen that on X model or Y model, but I've never seen a design like this on the back before. And it's all very much intentional, designed to get the absolute most out of what is a very small cabinet. You've got the rear port in the top corner of the speaker, the actual interconnects on the bottom, and then this whole design is done in a way that it reduces the need for internal bracing. So all of this is done to just add more in terms of performance and get the absolute maximum out of a very small cabinet. Touching back to the UniQ driver, we did mention it does have the built-in matte technology, and what that essentially does, and actually, do you know what? We're going to cover all of these at once now, because KEF love an acronym, and this here has got all of the acronyms you could ever want built into them. Let's start off with matte, shall we? So matte MAT stands for Metamaterial Absorption Technology, and in a nutshell, what that does is reduces the sound that comes out of the rear of the driver, any unwanted sound there, takes that away. I think it actually takes away 99.9% of that unwanted sound and removes it from the equation, giving you a much cleaner sound and taking away any of that unwanted interference. Then we have VECO or VECO, which is VECO, which stands for Velocity Control Technology. This is in place to help reduce distortion from the speakers, but more importantly, helps the bass go really, really, really low without losing any of that clarity. And then finally, we have MIE, which is the Music Integrity Engine, which essentially acts as the brains behind the whole operation, making sure the speaker and all the technology within it is working in harmony and tailoring the speakers to the room that you are in. That is essentially the brains behind everything that KEF are doing here. Now, it's one thing having all of this technology and having all of those acronyms, but on top of that, there are some truly impressive numbers to go behind them as well. I mean, bearing in mind the size of the cabinet that we're working with here, a peak SPL of 110 dB is absolutely extraordinary. And on top of that, you've got 380 watts of power, 280 going to the low frequency driver and another 100 to the high frequency. Again, for the size of the cabinet, that is mind-blowingly good. We will, of course, link the LS Luxes in the description down below. So if you want to click on that link, it'll take you to Audiophile. That's where we do all of our testing, all of our listening, and you can find the specifications in full there to browse at your leisure. The other really important thing when it comes to any active speaker is going to be the connectivity as well. Yes, it's all good having the performance, but you also need the support from the separate streaming services and also just, you know, connectivity options. And again, the Luxes here have everything you could possibly want. I mean, streaming support services, we're talking Spotify Connect, Tidal Connect, Qobuz Connect, Amazon Music, Deezer, internet radio, everything you could possibly want is covered here. You also have AirPlay, Google Cast, Bluetooth 5.3, as well as UPnP and Roon Ready support. And on top of all of that wireless and streaming connectivity, there are also some brilliant physical options as well. We're talking toslink optical, digital coaxial, but perhaps the most important thing in my opinion is the HDMI eARC, which means that not only can you use these in a music setting and they will be absolutely outstanding, but you also have the ability to hook them up to a television or an AV related system to do a brilliant job as well. Not to mention there is a sub out built in also, so if you did want even more low end, that's an option too. Now, moving on to my listening experience with the Luxes here, I was fortunate enough to where I've actually heard them on a couple of separate occasions. The first of which was when KEF brought them into Audiophile to show them off, play a few test tracks and give us that first look, that first peek behind the curtain, if you like. And they play a few test tracks, we get a bit of an experience with them and get a real feel for what they're like. That's one thing. And then after that, whilst recording this video, I've had them on where I've had the chance to listen to some of my own stuff, some stuff that I'm perhaps a bit more familiar with. And that's always a bit of a different kind of listening experience on itself as well. So I've got to say, from the moment we first heard them with KEF playing their test tracks, all the way till, you know, literally just before I started just recording this video, I have been blown away by the performance of these speakers. First thing that we really listened to, which is a really interesting one actually, and I've heard this many times. I should know, but I don't know what this track is called or how you would search this up, but there is a track where you essentially replicate the sound of a load of marbles rolling around the space that you're in. You kind of hear them bouncing around, pinging around, rolling from the back of the room to the front of the room, from side to side. And it's a really good test of kind of the imaging and the staging behind the speakers that you're listening to. And with the Luxes here, it was incredible because you could hear them. It almost felt like they were really in the room. You could hear them and track them rolling from front to back, from side to side, bouncing all around you. And it's a very unusual experience, but it really did show off just the large staging that's on offer here and the accuracy of which that staging is done, because again, you could genuinely trace these marbles rolling from back to front. You could visualize them. It was incredibly impressive. We did then move on though from listening to the sound of imaginary marbles rolling around the room and started listening to a few tracks that we're more familiar with. And we started off by going with some really hard hitting stuff, knowing just how impressive the low end was from when we listened to these alongside the KEF guys. And we started off with a bit of Prodigy tracks like Girls, Spitfire. These are tracks that are almost mean in the way that they sound. The bass is punchy, the beat is thumping, and these guys took those tracks absolutely in their stride and just showed exactly how impressive that low end is and just how deep it can reach. It really is, again, I can't stress, but the size of the cabinet, mind-boggling the amount of low end that you get from the Luxes. It's not all just about the low end though, because we then moved on to something completely different. Artists like Lizzie McAlpine and Clairo, two that I mention all the time on the channel because they've got great studio albums where I think they're a good test of picking out the vocals, instrumentation, all of that kind of thing. And again, they did not miss a beat. The vocals sound natural, crisp. The instrumentation also sounded super realistic. And again, that ability with the staging that we spoke about with the marbles rolling around the room, the ability to pick out the different instrumentation, absolutely spot on. And one of KEF's biggest strengths with a lot of their speakers is how easy they are to place. And what I mean by that is that you can put them in a room and you don't need to be dead center of the speakers to get a good listening experience. And it almost feels like when you're walking through the room with the music playing, it's like you're walking through the performance, picking out again as different areas of instrumentation. And that again is just so impressive. The control on offer with these as well is absolutely next level. I mean, you can play these at some volume, filling a huge space, and it never feels like you're getting distortion or taking anything at all away from the overall sound and performance. I mean, we listened to lots and lots of different genres. We've already mentioned the Prodigy, Clairo, Lizzie McAlpine, but we went on to listen to some jazz, some soul, some classical, some 80s pop, and they never felt like they missed a beat. And I think one of KEF's biggest strengths with a lot of their speakers is that we'll often describe a sound of a speaker as being, warm, bright, detailed, easy listening, and they tread the line between all of that really well. It feels like they're perfectly balanced in a way that no matter what you're listening to, it just seems to show the strengths of the tracks and what you want to be hearing, it shows the most of. When listening to Lizzie McAlpine and Clairo, Lana Del Rey, you're hearing those vocals, those acoustics, those, the stripped back instrumentation. And then at the same time, when you put on the Prodigy, that thumping low end is there. And it just seemed to take everything in its stride, no matter what we were listening to. As I say, that super balanced sound, meaning that they're not warm, they're not bright, they're just perfectly centered and uber transparent, is exactly what a lot of people want from a speaker. They are showing the music for what it is and giving it the platform to really work well in just any space, really. Again, it's just an incredibly well engineered speaker, this. I think what is really interesting is some of the stuff that I'm speaking about here, some of the strengths here of the Lux speakers, that lack of distortion, that ability to fill a space really well, that neutral punchy sound, all of that I think you would also associate with the LS speakers and the Coda speakers to a lesser extent. But one of the big comparisons, one of the big questions that I'm guessing that a lot of you guys are going to be asking is, well, all of that is great with an LS50 Wireless II. How does this compare? How do the Luxes go against them head to head? And I've got to say, it is a no contest, because yes, the LS50 Wireless IIs are brilliant in all of the areas that we've just mentioned, but my word, the Luxes just elevate that and take it to the next level, just unlocking more and more performance on a signature, like a sound that KEF already do so well. They are absolutely sublime, and again, I do truly think they are night and day compared to the LS50 Wireless IIs. If you were to listen to them side by side, no contest here. Now, as mentioned at the start, if you did want this as exactly how we have it, with the Lux speaker stands, the Lux speakers, £4,300 is a big investment. I mean, they look absolutely stunning for me. There is no argument at all there, but it is a big investment. But what you're getting for that investment is an absolute Rolls Royce of a system that could do absolutely anything you want to throw at it, whether it's music, no matter what the genre, whether it's AV, and just for the compact size of them as well, and with the ease in which you can place them and just not lose any performance really. Absolutely outstanding engineering from KEF once again here. I think when you look back at their track record over the last decade, it has been almost flawless. And when you see a speaker like the Luxe and you hear it, you can see exactly why. And it's brilliant to see that they're taking all of those components, all of that technology, all of that sound and engineering that they've been so well renowned for, so well known and revered for, I should say, sorry, over the last decade and a bit. And they're just building on it and elevating it and taking it to that next level in what I say just feels like an ultimate experience when it comes to a bookshelf active speaker. I don't think I've ever heard one as small and as powerful and as incredible sounding as the Luxe is. As we start to wrap things up though, guys, I've got to say, I can't understate how impressed I was with these. I mean, I mentioned in the shorts video where we unboxed these how they blew my socks off, and I really do think they'll do the same for you if you are lucky enough to get the chance to hear them. I mean, KEF kind of called them the Luxe speakers because of the luxury element of the design, and it really does feel like ultimate convenience meets just the ultimate high-end architecture here with the way the cabinet's designed. And again, I cannot understate how blown away I was by these. I mean, this is the point where I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you make of the design? Would you consider upgrading to these from the LS50s? Obviously, I think because they're brand new as this video comes out, I don't think too many of you are going to have had the chance to hear them just yet. But when you do, I'd love to hear what you think down there, as I say, because to me, everything there is to love about KEF here is on display at the highest possible level. And the fact you get it in such a small form factor, again, it just absolutely blows my mind. But yeah, that is going to end off the video, guys. Thank you again so much for your support and allowing us to do these kind of videos. We feel super privileged to be able to take a look at things like the KEF Luxes here so early on and bring that content to you. So thank you again so much for allowing us to be able to do so. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll speak to you all in the next one, guys. See you soon.